In tonight's episode of The Politics of Religion, Republican Congressman Paul Ryan rewrites his relationship with the conservative hero and atheist Ayn Rand. Congressman Ryan happily proclaimed his devotion to Ayn Rand until he got criticized about that recently from a Catholic perspective. Catholics United issued a statement saying, "We question why Ryan, as a self-professed Catholic, would put the teachings of ultra-capitalist Ayn Rand, of whom he has spoken glowingly, before the teachings of Jesus and the Church." Rand, whose doctrine states self-sacrifice for one's friends, a core tenet of Christianity, is akin to slavery, teaches the value of the self over all others. In her worldview, self-interest and greed take the place of a higher power. That's right. Ayn Rand worshipped greed and denied the existence of God, and Paul Ryan worshipped her. Father Thomas J. Reese, a Jesuit at Georgetown University, told the Huffington Post that Ryan's budget appears to reflect the values of his favorite philosopher Ayn Rand rather than the gospel of Jesus Christ. Her call to selfishness and her antagonism toward religion are antithetical to the gospel values of compassion and love. No Democratic Party attack on the Ryan budget has shaken Paul Ryan in any way. No attack on the Ryan budget from Nobel Prize-winning economist Paul Krugman or any other economist has shaken Paul Ryan in any way, but the Catholic attack now has Paul Ryan running scared, and he is trying to run away from Ayn Rand. Paul Ryan told a laughingly compliant writer at the country's oldest conservative propaganda outlet, the National Review, that the idea that he's an Ayn Rand devotee, as Paul Krugman has called him, is simply, in Ryan's words, quote, an urban legend, end quote. Ryan also said, "I reject her philosophy. It's an atheist philosophy." And there, Ryan proved once again that there is nothing more powerful than the politics of religion. As soon as Catholics started reminding everyone that Ryan's guiding light was an atheist, Ryan had to turn on her. He had to deny how closely he followed her teachings. He had to deny how much her merciless view of economics shaped his view. He had to deny making Ayn Rand's book and many books required reading for his congressional staff. He had to deny everything he's ever said about Ayn Rand simply because she was an atheist. If Ayn Rand had been a Christian of any denomination, Paul Ryan would not have been forced to disown her. In this age of Neanderthal Republicans walking the halls of Congress, Paul Ryan is thought of as the smart Republican by everyone on the Republican side of the aisle, by the Neanderthal Republicans and by the smartest Republicans both in and out of elected office. But Paul Ryan, the smart Republican, Paul Ryan's new lie about his relationship to Ayn Rand is the stupidest thing he could possibly try to get away with. I reject her philosophy, he now says. It's an atheist philosophy. Well, that's it. Pure and simple. I reject her philosophy. Case closed, right? How could Paul Ryan be so stupid as to try to get away with that after he was the keynote speaker for the Atlas Society, a group of Ayn Rand worshipers who have named their group after the title of one of her most famous novels, Atlas Shrugged? Is Paul Ryan so stupid? The smart Paul Ryan, is he so stupid that he doesn't know that we have witnesses to that speech, that each person in that audience for his worshipful speech about Ayn Rand is an available witness to us? Is Paul Ryan so stupid? Is Paul Ryan, the thinking man's Republican, the smart Republican's Republican, is he so stupid that he doesn't know we have the audio recording?
I just want to speak to you a little bit about Ayn Rand and what she meant to me in my life and the fight we're engaged here in Congress. I grew up on Ayn Rand. That's what I tell people. You know, everybody does their soul searching and trying to find out who they are and what they believe, and you learn about yourself. I grew up reading Ayn Rand, and it taught me quite a bit about who I am and what my value systems are and what my beliefs are. It inspired me so much that it's required reading in my office for all my interns and my staff. We start with Atlas Shrugged. People tell me I need to start with Fountainhead, then go to Atlas Shrugged. There's a big debate about that. We go to Fountainhead, but then we move on, and we require Mises and Hayek as well. But the reason I got involved in public service, by and large, if I had to credit one thinker, one person, it would be Ayn Rand. And the fight we are in here, and make no mistake about it, is a fight of individualism versus collectivism. And when you look at the 20th century experiment with collectivism, that Ayn Rand, more than anybody else, did such a good job of articulating the pitfalls of statism and collectivism. You can't find another thinker or writer who did a better job of describing and laying out the moral case for capitalism than Ayn Rand.
And so tonight, the Ayn Rand case is closed, and Paul Ryan is a proven liar. He has said two things about Ayn Rand, only one of which can be true. I leave it to you to decide which one is a lie. His most recent statement about Ayn Rand to the National Review, quote, "I reject her philosophy," or this.
You can't find another thinker or writer who did a better job of describing and laying out the moral case for capitalism than Ayn Rand.